Sonic the Hedgehog. I have been a fan of his adventures for as long as I can remember. Whether it's dashing through the emerald scenery or the Green Hill Zone at supersonic speeds, or boosting around Starlight Carnival, believe me, I'm there. Sure, there may be a few games most of us may like to forget, but Sonic has still claimed his place as a gaming icon. So that brings us to the fourth installment of the mobile game saga, which to this point has included Sonic Jump, Sonic Dash, Sonic Jump Fever, and now Sonic Runners. However, Runners is the first mobile game to be released by Sonic Team. So, let's go looking into the gameplay. Okay, first off, the gameplay of Sonic Runners itself is rather fun. Easily the best gameplay of a mobile Sonic game to date. It's classic Sonic gameplay, but with a modern gimmick as always. Modern Sonic games almost always involve a gimmick of sorts. So, whether it be the Wisps, or the Werehog, or Elise, but this time it's something far more typical of mobile games. It's an infinite runner. Okay, so in a staggeringly ironic twist, the computer holds right for you to be able to win. Sonic is constantly heading right without stopping, and your only control is to make him jump while collecting rings to live, and gems to keep the combo and score going. As long as you keep collecting items, the higher the combo. Ergo, the more points you'll get. But however, if you go too long without collecting anything, the combo will reset. The run is separated into 4 different speed levels, each one reached after you fill the progress bar on the bottom of the screen and catch up to Dr. Robotnik. Here you can hit him repeatedly to make him spill rings by the 50. This is done to time, and once you run out, Sonic will move faster and you will have to keep your reflexes going just as fast to make sure you don't fall into one of the many bottomless pits. The third speed level is where it gets as hard as nails, and I failed many times on it thanks to the whole layout descending into drill missile and spike ball spam. On the rare occasion that I get to the 4th speed level, it never lasts that long due to the inexplicable fact that the game removes your rings, thus rendering it as a one-hit kill scenario. Outside the gameplay, the thing to bear in mind is that this is, at the end of the day, a freemium game. Free to buy, but the game will start to get a bit more tedious as it goes on, and will require more and more grinding if you don't want to spend cash on it. As I mentioned, the stages themselves are done via the Infinite Runner. However, there is a zone map that you have to deal with first. The zone map itself is represented as 6 hexagons made up of story events, 3 rings, and a boss fight against Dr. Robotnik. The boss fights are very much like the classic and advanced eras, facing off against Robotnik while chasing him down in his Egomatic. You can progress through the hexagons by playing the Infinite Run stage and scoring as many points as you possibly can to achieve the targets needed to progress to the next hexagon. Now, it's these targets that will become tedious fairly quickly, as they start out from rather tolerable targets from, say, 20,000 per hexagon, which is perfectly doable in a single run, to 120,000 to make a grand total of 600,000 points overall, which would take several tries depending on how many power-ups you use. It's just extending the game's length in a fake way, and I personally really don't like when games do that. Not only that, but as a free-to-play game you will be inundated with adverts for the game itself as soon as you play the game. Stop trying to make me spend money that I ain't gonna spend! Overall, Sonic Runners is a bit of a mixed bag. There are several good points to it, however the bad points tend to stand out a bit more. It's got great graphics and designs, mixing the classic into the modern era, and the gameplay is honestly fantastic for the most part again, mixing classic with new. But it's also faintly tedious. You may certainly begin to lose interest in playing the game once the targets get higher and higher, because at the end of the day, it is a freemium game. Which is a shame, because if this got a proper paid release with more contained stages, and none of that score target rubbish in place, then it would be a rather class Sonic experience. But of course, every freemium game is about making money. And naturally, when I say making money, I mean making money, otherwise your gaming experience will become very tiresome indeed. But honestly, I would recommend you give it a go, even if it's just for a day. I would give it a 7 out of 10.